Look at us. It's like, I can't stop looking at the audience. I can't get started. Have a sit down. My goodness. Huge show today. You see, we transformed the set because we've got, oh my goodness, Wayne Brady performing with his daughter. I was listening to the rehearsals. We're going to have a little Stevie Wonder up in here today. It's amazing. So before we get started, quick shout out. Thank you to the New York City Wine and Food Festival. Lishwood and I were there promoting our book, A Confident Cook. We cooked our triple B burger. Best burger you're going to ever have. It's our favorite recipe from the cookbook. So we were hanging out, making burgers, and doing all kinds of shenanigans in Brooklyn. Follow it on social media. And then next weekend, no lie, we're hitting it up in New Orleans, Baldwin and Company on Saturday. If you're in the South, anywhere near New Orleans, come and see me November 2nd, 1 p.m. The book event, I love it. It's called Brunch and Books. Shout out to WGNO ABC. Our show airs there at 3 p.m. So thank you for your support. I'll see you in New Orleans. All right, now, as I mentioned, we are live today. Big show, one of the most dynamic people in TV, in Broadway, in just anything. He is Emmy Award-winning actor, comedian, and singing sensation, Wayne Brady. Oh, my gosh. I feel like there are some people who can do everything, and Wayne falls, for me, into that category. He's got this new reality show. It's called Wayne Brady, The Family Remix, and it's been making a lot of headlines since it premiered over the summer. Wayne's revealing so much more about his really big life. He, in fact, said a quote that stood out to me. He said, "You think you know me because I've been in your homes for a couple of decades, but no matter what you think you know, you don't know." So let us in, Wayne. Let us know. Well, for me, I have to tell you, it started back in 2020 on Zoom when we were doing the show from my home. And I learned that Wayne was actually quarantining with his family. That's him, his 21-year-old daughter, Maile, his ex-wife, Mandie, and Mandie's life partner, Jason. And I was like, this is a TV show. Take a look.
I'm a lot of things to a lot of people, but so much of my life has been in secret. The only people that truly know Wayne is my blended family. Maile, Mandie, Jason, and myself, we call ourselves the Core Four. We are not a regular nuclear family.
I'm an Nepo baby. I feel like I could be doing a better job at being a Nepo baby. I am Wayne's business partner. I'm also his ex-wife.
I'm Mandie's life partner. It's just way cooler with me in the mix.
Jason used to be my dancer in my Vegas show. I don't mind babysitting. You do need to up your romance game.
That's coming from a man I divorced.
I'll freely admit it. It's weird.
Listen, I'm so excited I'm in this studio. Please welcome five-time Emmy Award winner and the man who's letting us into his world, the Wayne Brady.
Thank you.
Well, you look so dashing.
Well, you can't show up on the Tamron Hall show in sweatshirts and a beanie. You have to pull out the suit.
I mean.
Come on, you have to leave the socks at home. No, this is so great.
Looking good.
Thank you. Thank you, Mama. This is the first time in person here because we've done this twice virtually. And can I say that you, Madame, you talk show looks good on you.
Oh
you make
God.
this.
Oh
right?
my God. Thank you, Wayne.
So thank you.
Listen, that is a huge compliment. Because I mean, I feel like Wayne can do it all. I mean, from Broadway to TV to film to comedy, dance, sing. There's nothing you can't do, which is why that quote stood out to me, because we do feel like we know you. The game show, anything, but there's so much more to everyone.
See,
so much more to everyone.
You hit the nail on the head because everybody thinks that, because in the comments, you know, when you post things online, folks say, well, why now? Why'd you say? Because we're at a point where I feel that the division between the audience and the performer and the person, there's a need for connectivity. Yeah. And if you've got a platform, especially, I feel a responsibility as a black male, especially if you've got a platform, I want to show things about myself that defy certain stereotypes and preconceptions that we've been, not just that have been put on our back by outside communities, but even by us internally.
Yeah.
So I had to go, okay, for my mental health and for things that I choose to talk about, if I can inspire one other person, one other kid at home who feels like me, who's like Wayne when he was a kid, if I can uplift him, if there's somebody in their second act who is going through something, if I can make them go, oh, that guy makes me laugh and makes me smile, but he had a bad day, or he has something going on with his family, or he's living a truth, then maybe I can do it too. That's what this platform that God has given me is good for, not just to,
I love that.
oh, I want a new car or something.
Yeah.
No, I want to make a difference before I leave, and if this is the way to do it, then I'm going to share.
I love that, because you're like, I didn't do this for the check, although checks are good.
Checks are good.
Checks are good. You got to pay for these suits.
Right.
But you wanted something more, which, you know, to your point, that there are many things that hit my heart, but especially your relationship with your grandmom who raised you, who was your mom in your life, and then the late relationship you are growing with your biological mom. Because in many ways, I understand that the first father I had was my grandfather. And
see, I didn't even. It's so funny because your producers, of course, because this is a show, you have to asking for pictures of my grandmother all week, and I was very late in getting back to you about them because it's hard for me to still pull up those pictures. That lady was my absolute. And, you know, let's make a deal. I'd always say, I would sign off from the show and say, I love you, Mom, because we lost her to Alzheimer's. And at least when I was doing the show and I would say hi to her, she would respond and she knew that I was talking to her. So it's just, you know, in looking at these, because I don't look at pictures of her as much as I should because it's tough. Yeah. So even in taking this journey and sharing these truths, I had to even go back to Orlando and go into her house for the first time in a year and a half and look at these pictures. And so I'm a private person. So the fact that I wanted to share all this, I'm just trying to do it because if by sharing, my family and I can make a little bit of a difference in this crazy, crazy world, then that's what I want to do. Oh, man.
I love that because I think your first parent being your grandmom and your mom not being there is exactly the start so many people have. There's no perfect start in life.
No.
There's no perfect start. And in an ideal scenario, you go home with your mom and dad, but that's not real life for I did not go home with my father. I went home with my grandfather and my mom. And so that you have Val now, your baby, Val Henry, who's a year old.
Yeah.
And a namesake of your grandmom. And that Val's entry into the world was not this perfectly planned scenario. You were 51 at the time.
There's nothing perfect, and that's what I wanted to show. Since I came on the scene first in Who's Line in like 98 or 99, because I don't talk about my business and because I try my best to move through the world in the entertainment business, doing as best as I can, there's always been this little gloss where even my own folks are like, oh, well, Wayne's shiny, Wayne's perfect, Wayne's this and that. Even in your marriage, you try to be. That's why the Chappelle thing
was very resonant because people were like, this is a perfect guy. And then this skit was like, wait a minute.
And the truth is, none of us are perfect. And especially when you try to hold yourself to some weird.
I think that's so powerful, Wayne, because to your point, and this is a live show, so I will be honest, because when people see you on TV and all the jobs you do, you see a hard worker, a hustler, this perfect guy. And sometimes people see it as this perfect, assimilated guy. And then you say, this is my life, my real life. And it includes my ex-wife who's making divorce jokes. It includes a backup dancer who's her partner. And it includes my daughter talking to me about sexuality on a TV show that is, though, a real show.
Family is what you make it. It's a real life. Family is what you make it. And when I let go of that what's perfect thing, then I was like, oh, well, you know what? Well, you see what you get, and you get what you see. And that's been so freeing in life. That's been cool.